Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of our Satisfactory playthrough. On the last episode, we built our entire factory, unlocked tier 3 and 4 research, and that's pretty much it. So for this episode, I would like to expand the power generation by using coal and water, increase the production of our reinforced plates and rotors, start producing modular frames, and unlock steel. So for our power production, biofuel is just not cutting it anymore, especially since we want to expand our factory. Last episode I briefly scanned for coal, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it is southeast of our base. It was over in this area. We can go over there, scout it out, and start setting up our power generation plant. So I did some research and found out that I was pressing the wrong button for actually crouching while running. So now I can finally do my crouch slide, which will make traversing flat land and downhill areas much more easy. This is the area with the coal, if I'm not mistaken, yes. So we have 4 veins. Let me clear out this area. So from looking at these veins, we have 3 pure and 1 normal, which should be plenty of coal for the foreseeable future. I also did pick up one of these other guys on my way here. I do remember they are used for overclocking. I guess we did not kill all the enemies. But yeah, so they will be useful, probably not to us right now, but they will be useful in the future. Looking at this, it seems like this can be a perfect place for our power generation plant for now. The water seems to be deep enough, and again, we have plenty of coal to supply probably a couple dozen of the, actually I don't know how much coal it takes per minute, but I would assume at least a dozen of the coal generators. So I'm always used to just building on flat land and expanding, you know, 2-dimensionally. But I'd want to try to see if we can build this up. We can like lay out foundations of rows and have the water extractors in between each row. Above that is where we would put the coal generators. Let's get started on that. This is going to be the basic layout for our coal generation. We have 3 water extractors, each pulling 120 meters cubed, total 360. Each of these coal generators take 45 per minute, so that equals to 8. This will allow us to expand pretty easily. We need more coal generation, or power generation. We can just do kind of like another row right here, have 8, and then have 3 extractors. I think the only issue would be getting 3 extractors since the water ends here. And actually, no, we could probably fit in another 3 in this area. So anyways, this should be plenty for the foreseeable future. I am going to find a way to split, or I guess combine these. I will be back once that is done. Okay, so we are done with hooking up the water to our coal generators. The middle extractor split 2 ways, and so that will provide 180 meters cubed to each side. That can power 4 total coal generators, and that should give us all the water we need. What's next is to now bring the coal over. So I think I'm just going to have a middle layer of foundation, so I can run the coal across and then port it up. So I just did a little test. I just set up a biomass generator so I can pump water up, because I want to see how much coal it actually takes per minute. And it's only 15 per minute, which is perfect because that means this pure vein can power all or supply coal to all 8 of our generators. So I don't even need to touch the other veins for now. We are back. I have all water pumps. The water extractors, the 2 water pumps, and the miner is all being able to be powered by 1 coal generator. So technically we have 7 to use. We finally got our power back for the factory. This is what it looks like. I pretty much just put a foundation once the wire was too long to reach, and then put down my 7 poles and hooked them up. And it was actually a good thing because we were just starting to run out of biofuel. Next step would be to increase the production of reinforced plates and rotors. To do that, I think I'm gonna honestly need to do some reorganizing. I don't want to keep like having to do noodle spaghetti building. I wanted to see if I can try to condense this. There has been a slight change of plans. So I actually got modular frames to be created. I have 2 assemblers that are grabbing reinforced plates and rods to make that. So we have 4 per minute being generated. I know this is very spaghetti, and I said I wanted to avoid it. All right, I'm gonna wait till we get the blueprint tool, and then once we do that, we'll do a total refactoring of the factory. No pun intended, but we will redesign the factory to better condense it, because that blueprint tool will help. I think we can maximize kind of like space when we get that capability. So I want to wait to actually change everything up until we get that. I added another assembler for reinforced plates, so now we have total of 10 per minute, and the modular frames are taking 6, so you know we are making an extra 4 per minute. And then rotors, I just kept the same for now. We have a pretty good backlog of them, so I'm not too concerned. This should take us into steel. We need coal and iron, so I need to find some way to port a coal. The idea is to get this basic steel production, and then after that, rush the fixed blueprints. Let's go with that for now, and I will be back once we have basic steel production.
Milestone reached.
Alright, so after looking at the recipes, it seems like we will need 4 or 180 coal and iron per minute to get 180 steel, which would then produce 45 steel beams per minute to get like an even ratio, just because the numbers don't really play nice. We have 2 iron ores, 2 pure iron ore veins over here, so I'm thinking we can do 1.5 to make steel, and then the other half of the iron vein over here can probably make screws. Rotors, reinforced plates are pretty screw reliant. We have 2 pure coal veins over by the power plant that I could port over here. We're good to execute. Let's do it. After all that spaghetti nonsense, We finally have our steel beams being manufactured, as you can see, and we also have enough to research the blueprint. So, yeah, that was quite a doozy, I would say. Bringing those 2 lines over, not the most fun. I know it probably isn't the most optimal either, but for now, we'll get the job done. And I know the conveyor logistics is disgusting, but again, it works, so it will be fine for now. I actually kind of like this distribution line here. I think it looks pretty cool, so we might have to use that in the future. But anyways, so yeah, we have 4 smelteries providing steel for 3 constructors that make us 45 steel beams a minute. So there is our steel production, and with that we can end off the episode by unlocking our blueprint. And with that is the end of our episode. Next time we will be reorganizing our whole base using blueprints. And I'd also just like to thank you all for watching again. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And we'll see y'all later. Peace.